This is TWiT.
And let's end with on a happy note, shall we? Apple is teaming up with the Australian company Cochlear. They do cochlear implants, which are really miracles. I know a couple people have had them. Maybe you saw the video on YouTube of a young girl, congenitally deaf, had never heard her mother's voice, given a cochlear implant, which is basically something that replaces the cochlea in your ear. Obviously, only certain kinds of deafness are treatable this way. Attaches the implant to a computer on your hip and a microphone, and suddenly you can hear for the first time. And remember that YouTube video? It was just amazingly moving to see this young girl hearing her mother's voice for the first time. Vint Cerf talks about his wife, Annie, who was deaf from birth, who has a cochlear implant, and what a change it made for her. So Cochlear is going to make a processor now that will work with the iPhone, the iPad, the iPod Touch. So I don't know if this replaces the iPhone, or the processor in the cochlear implant, or if it just makes the iPhone part of it.
My understanding is that it does use the iPhone as for a lot of the processing.
Wow, that's amazing.
And so basically it gives you essentially upgrades and no lock-in for this one device.
That's fantastic. I use my iPhone with my hearing aids because they're made for iPhone. And it's really great because you can actually make calls and hear the sound in your hearing aids. You can listen to books or music that way. It's not full fidelity. It's a hearing aid. But the hearing aids made for the iPhone with iPhone's assistive technologies work really, really well. It's a really nice solution.
See, this is what I find so impressive about Apple overall. It's not just things that, we've got this new feature for all of these people, and it's a cool little thing that they work on. I really believe that Apple cares about
I think you're right.
its users.
I think you're right.
And I really like that.
I think the medical uses of the Apple Watch are another very, very good example of Apple.
Yeah.
Because these are small businesses. They're probably not a huge number of people from Apple's point of view, but it makes a difference in people's lives.
Yes. And I respect that.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, we knock Apple sometimes, but I particularly knock Apple sometimes, but that is something they should be very much praised for.